guys, welcome to my channel Americalo Gunturamai. Today we are excited to introduce our special guest Lakshman. Hello Lakshman, how is your
Hey,
day
hi.
going?
Yeah, it's going good. Thank you for inviting me into your channel.
Can you share more details about your personal background and experience?
Yeah, sure. So I am Sai Lakshman Shakamuri. Currently, I'm working as a software developer at JP Morgan Chase. Prior to this, like I worked in India for 4 years. Then I done my masters from from August 2021 till December 2022. Then I started my job at JP Morgan Chase from January 2023.
Considering the confusion many students face when choosing between United States, Canada, and the UK, which country would you recommend
Yeah.
to them?
Firstly, I would recommend United States. Why? Because there are a lot of opportunities to grab up. But in the UK, I heard there are less opportunities. And coming to Canada, there are there are less opportunities compared to US. But people prefer Canada. Is like there the visa problems, these kind of things doesn't happen. So most of the people will choose Canada, and it's up to you, like depending upon your circumstances and how you think. But I would mostly recommend USA is the best option because here are more options.
Okay. So options, is it regarding job opportunities?
Basically, job opportunities are more in the US compared to Canada, and also the weather is also different. Like in the United States, some of the states are like come. So we are from South India, so South India is mostly sunny all the time. So here also in some of the United States, it suits our Indian weather. But compare when
Okay.
in Canada, it's all like your weather is different, and also the job opportunities. So job
Okay.
opportunities here, there are 1,000 job opportunities. There might be like 700 or 750. So there are somewhat less.
Okay. So which intake, spring or fall or summer, do you believe is the most advantageous for incoming students?
Uh, I don't believe there is any difference. It is up to you, like based upon your convenience. If you are able to come to August, you can come. If you are able to come to basically spring, you can come. But only the difference that people would take was usually after we complete our masters, we are in OPT. We are going to apply for H1B. Usually H1B lottery process takes, or we need to apply for lottery process takes in April. But if you grad in December and if you start your job, maybe your company needs some time you to recognize that you are a potential candidate and they need to file a H1B. So
Okay.
due to this, if you grad in May, what happens? You have a time of 11 months such that you can prove what you are, and maybe your company can understand you and they can be filing H1B on your behalf. But mostly now they are doing that within, if you are a potential candidate, within 1 month they're identifying you and they're applying the H1Bs. Yeah, this was the only one of the thing I would consider choosing the takes. But whenever you join, it is up to you. Like you can complete your masters in 1.5 years or 2 years, but you should plan your graduation such that you are going to graduate in December or May, considering this H1B. Only this is the thing. And also, like I heard, so whenever you're graduating in December, the other thing was basically whenever you're graduating in December, you start searching your jobs from September, October. Like considering that timeline, the November and December is like most of the people will be on vacation. There won't be more job openings, even though there are, like, the interviews might not be available. So the job market will again start from January or February. Again, it will take for you time to join the companies from like March or April. So this is also one of the thing you should consider. This is the second one.
Okay. So when I began the process, I was not sure of where to begin. Like, in your opinion, what would you consider to be the starting point?
I mean, starting point in the sense in the college or in the job.
No, application process, like
Okay.
how to start.
Yeah, basically see one thing. So first, so if you want to come to US, the first thing you have to write is GRE and IELTS. Like is nowadays, like GRE is waived off. But if you don't want to write a GRE, so first what you should do, you should search all the college. Like is everything accessible now in the YouTube or everything. So if you can list down all the college names, you can go to that college. You can check what is the application requirements for that college, and they'll give you a checklist what are the requirements that they want for this particular branch for this course. So like you can download that college. If you consider going into the internet and you can browse that, you will get that. But if you're lazy enough or you are not sure like how, even though I go there I won't be getting any information, like there are some sort of consultancies, you can go to reach out to them, so that if you tell your requirement, so I'm a this kind of a student, I'm a 70% average student, 75 average student, and also you, while coming to us, you mostly consider the fee structure also, because the fees would be burden for you. So based upon that, you will be reaching out to them, they will be suggesting you what you should do. Then you should write your IELTS or TOEFL, anyone, like alternative IELTS is TOEFL, so you can take any one of them, and GRE is waived off nowadays. So based upon that, after that you get the scores, then you have to apply to the college, because even though the college requirement is 7.0 in IELTS, if you get 6.5, if you apply, you are rejected. That doesn't make any sense. You have to satisfy the minimum requirement, so you have to check that,
Okay.
based on that, you have to apply for that.
So, like, there will be different requirements for every college.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely the average, the below average and above average colleges are like the IELTS. So IELTS would be like anywhere between 6 to 6.5. Most of the colleges in the US, like they accept you if you get a 6.5. Like most of I think 65% of the colleges accept you if you get a 6.5 GPA. I mean
Okay.
6.5 scale in your IELTS.
So, if a student gets 5.5 or 6, do they require to rewrite exam?
I would say yes, definitely they should consider taking that. If you are 5.5, I think there are very less colleges would do that. But even though if you get an admit from the college, the thing is in your visa interview, you might get rejected, because visa interview is an
Okay.
uncertainty. But you should not leave any room for the visa interviewer to get rejected you. So you should be in a state of mind that you are eligible candidate. Like at least if you are 5.5, that means you are a low profile candidate, because no one will be 5.5. Almost everyone will be above 6 at least.
Okay.
Get 6, you try for another, give it a try, like 6.5 you get, because you are already prepared. Just you are spending some 10,000 or 12,000 extra amount. Anyway, you are going to pay 20-30 lakhs for your college, so spending 15,000 would be a good idea before coming here to take and retake an exam.
Okay. So, you said GRE is not mandatory for every university, but is there any uses of writing GRE?
You see, yeah. So anything, see, you are going to learn the things. Basically, that is all about English and mathematics and quants. Basically, English, you are going to improve that. It's not a waste, but there is a lot of improvement for you. You are going to learn new things, and also mathematics, in the sense you are going to use that in the daily life. The way you are thinking, the way you are going to approach the problem, even in your master, some of the other problem you are going to deal in your real life also, you are going to deal some of the other problem. So because the way you are going to think is going to change if you are going to take that, because you have to go through a lot of concepts that are from your childhood, like from fifth standard onwards. What is time, distance, there are a lot of concepts, like, so these calculus, these things you are going to revise that, and so it is always a beneficial for you, that something you are going to invest on studies.
So, like, it will be helpful in your expenses of college, like fees. Is there any help?
Yeah, so sometimes some colleges give, if you are very good at GRE, like they will give you some at least 10 to 15% of every subject, like they give you a discounted price, like I mean the scholarship. So if your fees is suppose 3,000, they would ask you to only pay 2,000 or 2,200, they waive off 800 per subject. So sometimes
Okay.
the colleges have different requirements, but if you check on that, and then you need to take on that step.
Okay. So, it is helpful to write GRE
Yeah, it's always an
for
helpful step.
scholarship. Okay.
Yeah, for scholarship, and
So,
also like for you to improve the things as well.
okay. So, what will be the total expenses of taking all these exams?
Basically, it like from season to season, it like sometimes it goes up, but most likely like it is GRE is 14,000 and IELTS is like 12,000. Now I heard like it is changing to 13 or something. So consider that 14,000 for IELTS and 14,000 for GRE. So it would be like 28,000. And after that, what you do, you apply for some college. Most likely the college registration, like whenever you are applying for a college, you send an application. So application cost would be like 3 to 4,000, maybe consider 5,000 is the max per college. So if you're going to apply for 5 colleges, like try to apply for 2 to 3 colleges if you're sure enough. If you're not sure enough, apply for 5 colleges. So 5 into 5, 25,000, and 25 plus 28 is like 53,000. So this is that. Then what you do, you have to take a slot, because you have to attend an interview. Then you have to you have to fill in the service fee. Like once you get selected and you are finalized with the college, you are going to pay a service fee of some 14,000 again. So it will be like 70,000, 53 plus 14 is like 68. Again, after that 14,000 is for visa interview, so 78. So it's like 85. 85 if you're taking all your exams only one time. If you're taking
Okay.
second time, it's add up to 14. So most likely it is an average 90,000, 85 to 90,000, somewhere around. And also you have to travel, these things considering, maybe 1 lakh. Most likely 1 lakh is the expenditure that is going to happen for all your exams and for all your application fees. And
So,
some,
like, sorry, is it compulsory to pay service fee?
yeah, you have to pay because service fee is mandatory thing.
Okay.
Because before you have to make sure that before attending your visa interview, your service fee is created. You have paid to your college and you have got receipt acknowledgement from that. If you
Okay.
don't get the receipt, then if you go to interview also, they will reject you. They'll ask you to
Okay.
take that and come back. I heard recent stories as well. So you want to make sure that before attending your visa interview, at least 1 week before, you have to pay that fees. And also
Okay.
some colleges require evaluation, like as our Indian system is like some out of 10 GPA or percentage, but here it is like 4 GPA. So some colleges ask you them to convert their GPA to US equivalent grades. So here there are WES evaluation, these things. So these things also, if you have to check on that, and because WES evaluation takes time, so you need to do it 3 months prior to your admission process. So this also would
Okay.
cost 30,000 or 35,000 for this WES evaluation as well.
So, in your perspective, when should anyone schedule their IELTS exam or GRE?
So suppose now if you are suppose considering that you want to come for a spring intake. So basically spring intake is nothing but it is going to start in January. Fall intake is nothing but it is going to start in August. If you want to come for a August intake, then you have to consider start writing from January itself. So January, you start in January itself. And if you want to come by like January, then you start your application process by August. Like you start writing your exams prior to August, like maybe in June or July, start writing that. Because what happens is you will get test scores. We never know we are going to get competitive results or not. If you don't get, you have to retake that. Again, you take time and you do that. So consider writing it 6 months prior to any of the things. And next thing is,
Okay.
once you apply to the colleges, it takes time. Like some colleges take 1 month to revert back to you that you are selected. Some colleges take 2 months. Some colleges take 3 months. So it depends. So what you have to do, you have to complete your exams prior to 6 months when you wish to go to. If you want to go to August, then you have to write before 6 months. If you want to go to for January, you have to write 6 months prior to that exams. You have to complete that.
So, when selecting a college or university, what factors do you consider? Like, how did you come across the college you ultimately choose?
So first thing what I do is I connect with people on LinkedIn who already graduated and who are currently studying there.
No, so how do you connect with them?
Yeah, so in LinkedIn, like if you search by the college name, so anyone
Okay.
who completed their or who completed their graduation from that college or who are currently studying, if you search University of Memphis, it will show up all the people. You can connect with them because most likely we are in Indian people are more likely, so they'll connect, or not only Indian people, anyone will accept that most likely. So you have to connect with them, and you also connect with your friends or seniors. So you have to do that. So what are the factors I would be considering is like first thing. So I would first choose a public university. I try to choose a public university because public university, what are the advantage of public universities are like there would be government funding for that colleges. So what that does is basically there would be graduate assistantship, teaching assistantship, research assistantship. If we get an offer in this, like what we are going to do, we are going to work under a professor or we are going to work in a department for some specific time. They would rather bear our expenses depending on college. Some colleges what they do, they'll pay all your college expenses for that particular semester, and they
Okay.
also give you some sort of stipend for that. Suppose for me, like I worked as a graduate assistantship in one of the semesters in my college. So my college fees was like for subject it is 3,000. For I have taken 3 subjects, so 9,000 was my fees. But my college paid me 9,000 for that. I did not pay any penny from my pocket, as well as I used to get a stipend of 900 per month for my living expenses. So that is the
Oh,
benefit getting a GA, TA or RA, but the amount that they are going to pay differs. At least you are going to get benefited from that. So that
Okay.
is one scenario I would consider. And other thing was maybe the college has some connection with any of the companies, so that I would get placed in those companies after my graduation. But in US it's not the case. Like mostly if you go to top 10 or top 15 college, there are like placements assistantship like in India. But here what you do, the below average or below average college is what you have to search on your own. Some above average colleges are like some companies come to your college and they recruit you. So these are the things
So,
I would consider joining the colleges.
so what are the steps involved in applying for a university?
Yeah, so basically what you do, you complete your IELTS and GRE, you got your scores. After you receive your scorecard, then you need to apply. So before applying, what are the things they ask is, they ask you a statement of purpose and letter of recommendation. So these things should be from your professors, from your engineering colleges. Like why you want to do, what is the reason behind doing this, and how strong you are. So were you able to do this here after you pursue? So these are the things that they ask. So what we do, we as a person write all the things that are the positive things from our and negative things in that. Mostly we write all the positive things, and also professor also acknowledges us that and he signs us. Then what we collect those and we attach in application process. So application process contains all your grad
So
certificate.
SOP should be done by us, right?
Yeah, SOP should be done by us. And
Mm.
that usually that should be done by us, and letter of recommendation should be done by professors. But mostly nowadays we are doing that and we are sending to professor reads all those. If he's okay, he'll sign and send to us. So like
Okay.
most likely three recommendations they ask, like three from college to college it differs, like two for some colleges, three for some colleges. So it's like two letter of recommendations and two statements of purpose, or three letter of recommendations or three SOPs. So SOP,
Okay.
LOR we call in short form. And those are the things. Then undergrad certificates, like you need all the mark lists, your certificate, your graduated certificate, everything. If you are still in the college and you did not graduate, whatever certificates you have till now, you can submit that later. After you receive, you can submit them after coming here. And next thing is those are the things. Then you have to attach your IELTS scorecard, and these are the things basically. And if you're working somewhere, if you're a working professional right now in a company, and you have to submit your letter of recommendation SOP from your manager as well, you need to take from your college as well, two letter of recommendations and two SOPs. And also you need to get from your manager as well if you're working in a company. And also
Okay.
you need to provide your resume as well. You need to, the most important thing, you need to attach your resume as well, what you have done, what are the things, like how you apply how you prepare your resume for job. Same way you should prepare your resume and submit in the application process. And finally you have to pay the fees after these things. Once you completed everything, you have to pay the application fees. It would be like somewhere around from 4,000 to 6,000 for college. It depends.
So like I heard that there is a I-20 fee. So do you know about it? Like some college will have I-20 fee.
I'm not sure, but I think that SEBI's fee is the what that I-20 fee is like basically. So SEBI's fee,
No,
you are
no,
going to
like
pay for it.
to reserve a seat and getting
Mhm.
I-20, some colleges will charge fees. Like,
Yes, recently they have introduced that. What happening is, now the people are applying for 5 to 6 colleges. People are getting admitted in all the colleges. Now they want to go with a college, but they want to change the mind after getting their visa approved. Once they come in the US, they'll change. So due to this, because they in the class they assume that university assume that we need 60 people, so they only give to 60 people. I don't assuming that everyone are going to come. Nowadays, what happening? People are applying to multiple colleges and they're changing their mind after some days. So what happening? Instead of 60 people coming to the college, only 30 or 20 are showing up finally. So that's why, due to this, the college has imposed some fees restriction, that because if you pay, you are going to come mandatorily, because you are not going to lose your money. You are going to lose your money, so you'll come. So that's why they have introduced a new policy, new scheme called, if you want to reserve a seat, you have to pay once your I-20 is going to generate. Some colleges have
okay,
introduced, and so what happens is, once you pay that, after you join here, they are going to deduct that amount, whatever you paid that in your college fees. Now
okay,
they are asking like $10,000, $5,000 or some dollars. So once you want to, in this semester you want to pay $6,000, they'll deduct that $500, whatever you have paid previously, $5,000, and you have to pay only $1,000.
okay. So what is the typical time frame for receiving the offer letter and I-20 from a college?
Yeah, basically what happens is, in my case, I have received like acknowledgement from the college, like after 25 days of time, like you have been selected in the college. After selecting, they'll send in a short note, email writing that you have been selected. That's it. But we can't do anything with that. But we have to wait till we get I-20 gets generated. Again, it takes some 10 to 15 days to get your I-20 generated. So most likely, like on an average basis, at least it will take a 2 to 3 months time frame to get an I-20 from the college, from the date of your application.
So, how to apply for a student visa?
Yeah, basically simple. So for the student visa, what you should do, you should have a valid I-20. So now basically what happens is, if you got an admission for next intake, now next intake in next January, you cannot apply for a visa now. You can only apply prior to 3 months of your college start date. If your college is starting January 22, 2024, then you are only eligible to apply for your visa from October, because prior to from starting 3 months only you can appear for a visa interview.
Okay.
So from 3 months from start date of your college, you have to go back to 3 months start time. Then from that time you can apply for your visa interview. So to appear for a visa interview, you should have a valid I-20, and service, you should pay service fee prior to that. Then you should book a slot, visa appointment. There should be a portal. Once you pay your I-20, the visa fees, you will get a portal to log in and to book the appointments. Once you book, you can attend the interview.
And it will be logged if we use it for 3 times in a day.
There are restrictions in that, like a user in a 24-hour time cannot log in 3 times, or there are some rules like 48 times click. So there are multiple interactive things inside, like there are a lot of menus, buttons, you can't click more than some sort of rules are there. But I was not sure on that, like at least as far as I remember, you cannot log in more than 3 times.
Okay,
in a
like
24 time frame.
So can you share your visa experience, interview experience?
Yeah, so these visa interview experience are like a pure luck basis. It doesn't depend upon yours. It also matters, but I feel it was purely luck basis. My visa interview spanned only for 5 minutes. I attended in Delhi. So basically they asked me like why this university was one question, and why data, because I done my masters in data science. So why data science was the second question, and how are you going to pay your college fees? This was my third question. That's it. These are the 3 questions. It spanned only for 5 minutes. So it was like fine. So you never know what's going to happen on that day. So we should be just like, if we get, that's fine. If we don't get, you should not be like discouraged, or like you shouldn't feel sad. Maybe you can try for second time, but sometimes luck also matters. So it all depends on the day of the visa interviewer.
So for students in India who may be unfamiliar with searching for accommodation in the USA, like what do you believe is the most effective approach to finding housing? Like how did you find yours?
Yeah. So I will answer the first question, then I'll come to my basically basically in India, like once everyone start applying to the colleges, from somewhere around it comes, the WhatsApp groups comes, Telegram group comes. You need to join in that. You just need to talk with the people. Then from there on, like if you're match, like if you feel that that other person is good and is okay, that he can mingle with you, then you can touch base with them and you can constantly in touch. Then what you can do, you can contact with the seniors in the college, like maybe from LinkedIn, as I said. There might be some people who are always want to support as well. There might be some group. So what you should do, you should constantly in touch with the seniors, because from seniors only you can get help. You alone cannot search the home until you landed here. Even though if you come here, it's like you need some security deposit, these things, there are a lot of things. But if the most effective way is your seniors. 95 to 97%, I should say, you should go with your seniors. You should connect with them on LinkedIn. You should ask their number. Then you can connecting them on the WhatsApp. You can ask them. They'll search for you and they'll find you an accommodation. And also, like, they'll come to the airport to pick you up because you are unfamiliar with this country, because as you are new, India is different and the United States is different, so you should be in touch with the seniors. Coming to mine, same way I have done, like I have connected with a couple of people in India with from Telegram group, but they promised me that we are going to find a home, but it was like we couldn't be able to find. Then what I done, I was in touch with my senior. He helped me, like he helped me to stay in his room for a month. Then from there on I started searching the home on my own, and also there was some 2 to 3 people who are also staying in my senior room, so we three collaborated and start searching, and then I was able to find. But it was very tough process to find the homes, like it was like almost 1 month I struggled. But so the most effective way is you should start searching whenever you are in India, before prior coming here, before 1 or 2 months prior to them, so that the seniors can help. If you reach to them at that instant when you are coming tomorrow, if you ask today, it would be very tough, because they work here, the people work only from Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday they won't help you, so it should be on weekdays.
And also they can connect through Facebook, Yocket, right?
Yeah, so there are groups like Facebook, Yorker, Telegram. These are the groups, but I mostly use Telegram and WhatsApp. So you can
Okay.
search the groups. Like if you search by college name, you'll find the groups. Definitely, you are
Okay.
going to find the groups in all the things, social media platforms.
So, with your experience, what would be the average expenses per month for a master students in the US?
Yeah, see, it differs and varies from state to state. I can tell about my college, University of Memphis. So, University of Memphis is in Tennessee. It is a public university. Uh, Basically, so there is a limit for graduation. You want to pursue 11 subjects. You need to complete 11 subjects in that course to graduate. So each course is like 3 credits. Basically, for each subject, it is like $3,100 for each subject. So there are 11 subjects. 11 into 3 is like 33,000. That means 34,000 is the total fees you need to pay. And other than that, they are not going to charge anything like library fees or this any sort of things will not be there. 33, and there would be some insurance, health insurance. So health insurance is the mandatory thing in the US, because when you visit a doctor, it is going to cost a lot. So you have to have an insurance. So the colleges also imposes you to have a insurance. So then so insurance would be one thing, and fees. So 33,000, and considering that you are going to complete your masters in 2 years, so 33 plus 34 plus insurance might be around some 1,200 to 1,500, consider 2,000. So 34 plus 2 is 36. So this is the college expenses. This is all the college expenses. Then what are the other things is, basically for expenses in the Memphis was like around average 700 is the most likely that you can find room, everything, all your eating expenses, everything, it should be 700. So 2 years means 24 months into 700. So basically 714. So it's like around 15,000. So it's like going to cost around 52 to 53,000 is the total expenses for University of Memphis in Tennessee. Most likely all the colleges will fall under somewhere around 40 to $60,000.
Okay.
Yeah, some colleges have 10 subjects, some colleges have 11, and their subject fees is like 2,500, some college 2,200, some college 3,000, 3,300, depends. But high colleges are like for subject, they charge you 5,000 or 4,500. Like UTD is one of the above average colleges, it's a very good college, so they charge you 4,500 to 5,000 per subject.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, like most of the incoming students are taking back step, thinking about the current job market. Do you think it will make any sense?
So, see, you can feel that now the job market is low. I agree with that, because now all the big tech companies have laid off the people. But the job market is going to open in a short time, but I can't tell the exact time. So maybe from next year, January 2024. The companies have laid off the people. The companies needs the workforce. They have laid the people now for temporary purpose, but they are going to fill the gaps for all the people, plus extra jobs are going to come. So this is the best time for you to graduate, and there are a lot of job opportunities are going to come. You can feel I can say that this is the luckiest time for you. Like next year, January 2024 is the luckiest time for all the people. The jobs are going to open. The only thing is, see, if there are more jobs also, if you do not know anything in that, you're not going to get any job. you have to be comfortable in those languages and technologies that the jobs that you are looking. You need to refresh all your skills, and you need to be ready for an interview. If you're successful only, you are going to get job. Even though there are a lot of jobs, if you are successful only, then you are going to get. Otherwise, you are not going to get the jobs.
Okay. So, as we all know, you have 4 to 5 years of experience back in India.
Mhm.
So, how do you think your experience in India helped you in completing your masters, getting internship and a job eventually?
Yeah, so I have an experience. Like basically, this masters is like the next phase of the undergrad. So it's like just an upgradation to the undergrads. So it was like I worked in India. Basically, like I had some bit of understanding. I worked with a lot of people. Like I studied in the college. That was different kind. But while working, I had a different opportunities and different exposure. I learned programming language. I got an opportunity to self-learn new things day by day. So what actually clicked me was it given my opportunity to self-learn on my own. I have to grow every day. It's like keep on improving mind. So same way when I come here, I like there was some sort of experience included in it. I know programming languages. So this masters is also nothing but we have assignments. We want to do a programming. We have to learn new things. So there is a room for improvement always, and there is a lot of YouTube channels. There is a lot of content in the internet. I know how to search because I worked in the company. I know how to do the things. So it helped me a lot, like how to search, how to gather the information, how to complete that. So it helped me a lot.
So, do you think experience helps you?
Yeah, obviously experience always helps. It helped me a lot. And considering that for internship as well, because no one accepts you if you do not have any experience, right? So if you have something, that means you have done something extra other than the people, so they are going to accept you with both hands. So that's why like I was able to do an internship even for my full time. Basically I had an experience, so what I done, I just brushed up my skills and improved the skills that I don't have previously while working. So I got a time in the master, so I got a chance to upgrade my skills as well as refresh those skills. So I was able to successfully do that. So whenever I got an opportunity as an interview, so I showcased my skills, then I was offered a job.
So, thank you, Lakshman, for your valuable time, and also congratulations on your full time job as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, guys, we will come back with a new video related to job opportunities and part time jobs in USA. So, thank you. We'll meet you in the next vlog. Please like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon.